God gave us the magnificent gift of the Torah, his prescription for life, and we're responsible. God holds us responsible to follow the Torah, to live by the Torah. That's the good life. Does God hold us responsible for our moods? Let's take a look at this week's Parsha Vayigash, at our forefather Jacob when he met Pharaoh for the first time. And here's the conversation. I'll read to you from the Art Scroll translation. Pharaoh said to Jacob, "How many are the days of the years of your life?" So Pharaoh's asking Jacob, "How old are you?" Now listen to Jacob's answer. Jacob answered Pharaoh, "The days of the years of my sojourns have been 130. Few and bad have been the days of the years of my life. They have not reached the lifespan of my forefathers in the days of their sojourns." Yeah, he answered, "I'm 130, but it's been rough. It's been a rough life. I've had difficult days. I have difficult years." The Das Zikanim of Alitosos, one of the great commentaries, points out very powerful insight. If you look at the lifespan of Jacob, Jacob lived 37 years less than his father Isaac. He should have lived 37 years more. You look at the verse then, at this verse, this conversation between Jacob and Pharaoh, and you find 37 words. And the Das Zikanim of Alitosos explains that for every word of Jacob's complaint to Pharaoh, for every word, Jacob lost a year of his life. So that's why he lived 37 years less. He shouldn't have complained. So the question, Rabbi Chaim Smilevitz asked the following question. Rabbi Moshe Kormornik, in his beautiful book, Short Vort, quotes Rabbi Chaim Shmulevitz, who asked the question, where do you get the count of 37? If you look at the verses, you will see that first there's Pharaoh's question, "How old are you?" And in Hebrew, in the words of the Torah, that question, "How old are you?" was 8 words. So subtract 8 from 37. Jacob should not have been penalized for 37 years, but 37 minus 8, because he's not responsible for Pharaoh's question. He's responsible for giving the answer with his age and then complaining about the years of his life. But why should he be held accountable for Pharaoh's question? Rabbi Chaim Smilevitz explains that when you meet someone for the first time, you ask, "How old are you?" What is that? Where did that come from? It came because Pharaoh saw Jacob looking downtrodden. He saw Jacob looking old. And he sensed that Jacob actually looked older than he was. And that's why he asked this question, "How old are you?" So our father Jacob was not only held accountable for the words that he said of, "I've had a rough life," but also for the mood that he presented. There's a powerful message for us from the Torah, from this episode, that we're responsible for moods. The mood that we present should be one of joy. The mood should be one of happiness. First of all, our father Jacob is obviously held accountable because he should not have expressed this to Pharaoh. And also, it appears that, of course, he thanked Hashem for every day of his life. Of course, he rejoiced with life. But there was an element, there was a piece of him that really was complained about the difficulties. He should have kept the way he looked to himself. This is a message for us. Yeah, each of us, our days, we go through difficult days, difficult times, difficult weeks, difficult months, difficult parts of our life. But our external selves, the way we present ourselves to others, should be with the recognition, with thanks to Hashem, and a feeling of gratitude. And it is, we're responsible because when we're in a bad mood, we're in a sad mood, and we take down the other person is impacted by the way we look. So we see for this lesson, this powerful lesson from our father Jacob, that we are responsible not only for what we say, but we're responsible for how we look. Let's remember to keep thanking Hashem for all of his bountiful gifts and keep smiling. Have a beautiful Shabbos.